Have you ever wondered what one of the most beautiful cinnamon rolls looks like and tastes like? It's time to make them according to this recipe and see for yourself. First I will make the dough, and in a big bowl I'm going to add the yeast, 2 tablespoons of flour to help the yeast activate, and here I have 60 grams of sugar, but I'm only going to add 2 tablespoons for now, purely to make it easier for the yeast to activate. Besides flour, sugar is the main ingredient that helps the yeast to activate. Pour milk. Heat the milk in the microwave until it's lukewarm. Mix and leave for a few minutes. Keep watching because in the end of the video I have some very useful tips that I think will help you make any kind of dough. Cheers! This is what yeast looks like when it's activated. A lot of bubbles are formed. If these bubbles are not formed, that is, in other words, it's not activated, then your dough will not rise either. Now I add the rest of the sugar, salt, and also add the melted butter. The easiest way for you is to melt the butter in the microwave. Just don't make your butter hot, but lukewarm. Now add 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. And by the way, you will not hear me say the word whisking in this video, even though there's a lot of whisking involved, because in one of my previous videos I had a mishap with that word, as you can see here. So we just need to whisk it. Whisk it. Whisk it. Now I add flour. Although the recipe calls for 760 grams of flour, I always add little by little until I get a soft dough. Because sometimes with the same amount of flour, it turns out too soft, sometimes perfect, and sometimes too hard. I'm not sure what the reason is. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. I know some of you think dough is hard to make, but it's not. Just follow the recipe and what I do, and there's no way you will fail. Do you still not believe me? Try it and let me know if I was right. Knead the dough for about 5 to 10 minutes. I would say 10 minutes is a normal for me. It depends how hard or fast you're kneading it by hand. In the end, your dough should feel very nicely elastic and bouncy in texture. If you're going to add flour little by little, like I did, then do it until you get a nice soft dough like this here. Now let the dough rest for 40 minutes in a warm place. If you're interested in how to raise the dough properly, watch till the end of this video and you will find out. Now I will make the filling that will go into the rolls. That famous filling with cinnamon, butter and brown sugar. It's very simple. Just mix all 3 ingredients and that's it. I just have to mention that the butter should be at room temperature to make it easier to mix with the other ingredients and to make it easier to spread this filling on the dough. The dough has doubled in size and now I'm going to roll it out and cut it into a cube and spread all the filling over it. Are you sick and tired of this kind of desserts being overwhelmingly sweet? I can guarantee you that these cinnamon rolls with this cream cheese topping is just the perfect amount of sweetness. I have to admit that this is really not hard to do. Just a few steps. Make the dough, make 2 fillings that require only a few minutes. We roll it out, coat it, cut it and put it in a baking tray to rest for another 40 minutes and then bake it. We will wrap it in a roll and cut them to be the same size. This ratio of the dough and filling looks fabulous. As you can see, I made a bigger gap between each cinnamon roll. That's because they need room to rise. After baking, they will all stick together, so no worries. Now let them rise for about 40 minutes in a warm place. I'm going to make this wonderful topping for cinnamon rolls. It's also very simple, only 4 ingredients: cream cheese, powdered sugar, milk, and vanilla extract. Mix it all together and refrigerate until ready to use. The dough has doubled in size. Now I put them in a preheated oven at 180 degrees or 350 Fahrenheit and bake them until they are golden brown. Look at this, they look beautiful and the whole house smells like heaven. Cover them with a cloth and let them rest for about 20 minutes so they can soften. Can you see how soft this is? And even more so when I add this cream cheese sauce on top. Wow, I would drown in them. And as I promised, dough tips. First thing, you always need some sugar and flour for the yeast to activate. Second thing, any liquid that goes into the dough must not be hot, but lukewarm. Third thing, knead the dough as if you were playing with it. You can see how I kneaded it here. I go from one hand to the other, a little bit with both. I literally play with it. It doesn't have to look pretty, it is only important to knead the dough. Fourth thing, when you leave the dough to rise, before you start kneading the dough, turn the oven to 50 degrees and as soon as it heats up, turn it off and then leave it open for about 2 minutes. Then close it again. It will be just lukewarm when you leave the dough to rise in it. This way, the dough will rise very nicely every time. And last thing is, if you're not comfortable with kneading the dough with bare hands, I advise you to always have gloves. It's so much easier to knead the dough this way, and there's no sticking the dough underneath your fingernails and stuff like that. And in the end of the process, you could just throw them in the trash can. And that's about it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe for more content, and see you in the next video. Bye!